Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you have now entered into Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. People, you can subscribe to get updates on Israel Doctrine's, YouTubing about this week. And this week it's about Killuminati lifestyle. Adding a K to Illuminati and killing the false illumination. Once again, you see that logo? That's the Israel Doctrine logo. And you see that, know that the sword is in the house. So let me let me get started this morning. I need to put a page up. There you go. Mute that. Yeah, I know me. I rise in the morning, I rise early, and I pretty much get it in, right? So I'm up. It's time to get it in. Killuminati Lifestyle Week. We're talking 2pac's Shakur. 20 years since the man passed, and it's so much to deal with. So much to deal with. This 20-year gap between the life and death of 2pac is crazy. We've seen a lot of trends in hip-hop come and go, a lot of things come and go, but it's most definitely the rider mentality, the organization mentality, the producing working material mentality. It's so much that once again the community took from this man, but they didn't deal with what it is we dealing with today. Okay, 2pac's Blasphemy off his Makaveli album is what we talking about. Killuminati Lifestyle Week. Once again, people, let's get into this, right? The man made a song basically saying blast for me, right? Blast for me. But he called it blasphemy, right? A play on words, right? In the sense that, go out and blaspheme what's being talked about and being dealt with in this world. White Jesus, white oppressive theology. Most people didn't understand that, still don't understand it to this day. And he was bringing black liberation theology to the table. You start hearing the brother speak more about black Jesus, and black Jesus blessed me to do this, and black Jesus this, and black Jesus that, bringing to the hearts and the mind of our youth at the time, or the youth at the time, because I was still in my, teens. I hadn't even turned 20 yet. Bringing to the hearts and the minds of the people about subjects that we done dealt with in the black community for a long time, but he took it back to black Jesus, back to the roots. Well, most people say, oh, the white man gave you Jesus and stuff. Well, I don't think 2pac Shakur thought that, and I believe he was in the spirits of what people like to call the ancestors, in believing that Jesus was black and that he truly relates to his people. When I say his people, I'm talking about Israel. That's what people fail to realize, that he said, and made a lot of statement like, we mistaken for Jews, so we Jews, and things of this nature. People weren't listening to that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. People are seeing that these people, a lot of people, but these those in the community today, so-called conscious community, you know what I'm saying, will sleep on what that man did, you know. So I'm just up here talking to people. Let me go to these lyrics. Go to these lyrics to talk about the lyrics, because he said God coming, she just taking her time. He was dealing with the black woman being God, you know, before a lot of people in the conscious community. Remember the conscious community, quote unquote, the Sonetta TVs, the Polites. They weren't out here doing what they doing today. So when people ask how long you been conscious, how long you been dealing with stuff, ever since Brenda got a baby, I've been conscious of the child molestation and things of that nature that, you know, it's in the community being talked about to this very day. When Pac said, when I'm gone, watch the next dude to get the throne, basically. He ain't gonna have no love, no this and that, or the, you know, next crop of group of, you know, entertainers from the hip hop genre. Look at KIS1, what he said about Bambaataa and how he didn't really care. He trying to play it off now and get political and stuff, but he wasn't willing to go in. So now you got a TV clip said God has a plan and the Bible unfolds this wonderful plan through the message of prophecy, right? We know that we're in the end time, so it's end time prophecy, eschatology, right? God sent Jesus into this world to be our savior, and that Christ is returning someday soon, right? Once again, dealing with eschatology, end time prophecy, to unfold a wonderful plan of eternity for my life and your life, right? As long as we were cooperating with God by accepting Jesus Christ as our personal Lord and Savior, unless the Lord does return in the coming 7 days. Thus, the title of the album, The 7-Day Theory, right? Unless the Lord does return in the coming 7 days, we see you next time here on This Week in Bible Prophecy, right? So y'all know I deal with the preterist community. They be running. It's no problem though. I deal with the Hebrew Israelite community. They be running. It's no problem though. I deal with the Kemetic community. They be running. I deal with the RBG community. They be running. I deal with the Pan-Africanist community. They be running. It's just, you know, you got to deal with everything, people. But once again, you got 2Pac Shakur talking about blasphemy and blasphemy, right? Being blasphemous, right? So it said 2Pac don't start that blasphemy in here. Makaveli, the new breed. See, we should be dealing with the new breed of theonomy, new breed of eschatology, the new Exodus. Yes, Exodus 18:31. I believe that's it. What was the tag on his back? Yeah, Exodus 18, chapter 13, verse 18, verse 31, right? Which pretty much the note go back to Nat Turner. So when one is speaking about the Exodus, you know, even he took it to the time where a black man rose up off of the word of God and rebelled against the wicked Egyptian system of bondage, a world order, world domination, and did his best to free his people, as a Moses would have done. right? So the Exodus 18:31 is arguably about, you know, one of the greatest revolutionary revolts from blacks off the plantation, out of bondage, the slavery system. This man talked about all of that. I'm not, you know, once again, I half-ass when I do stuff, people. I woke up. I just got to put it out there. You know, it's 20th anniversary of the man passing, you know, 96, 2006, 2016, right? And people are not paying attention to one of the greatest Panthers, Panther Cubs of all time. The passing of his mother and her history coming out, which they not really dealing and talking with that, right? Panther 21, you know, the ties with that, you know, government agent from Malcolm X to that case, this, that, and the other. Do your research, people. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to study or research 2pac's core and you want to study and research Imhotep, shit, even a Moses or whatever. But if you study 2pac, you're gonna come up with Moses, you're gonna come up with a black Jesus, you're gonna come up with all of that. You ain't gonna come up with no Egyptology stuff. You gonna find Pac saying we coming for the Pharaoh kids. What do that mean in the sense of using the word? And you seeing a person like Nas portraying himself as a pharaoh on his album cover, right? What do that mean? We know that 2pac and Nas was beefing over hip hop and the way it should go and stuff. We know Nas bit a lot of what 2pac was doing. You know, Black Girl Lost came after Brother Had a Baby. You know what I'm saying? Arguably, and I know the New York State of Mind Negroes probably gonna go wild as fuck, but 2pacalypse Now was greater than it was written. And 2pacalypse Now most definitely didn't have all the so-called great hip-hop producers of the time on them. Like Pac said, he never had the production that he wanted to produce what it is he wanted to produce, right? So 2pacalypse Now, very revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Very. Them niggas wasn't on it. He was ahead of his game, right? Ahead of his time. The methods that needed to be used in this done Killuminati, in this Killuminati lifestyle that he was creating with the 7-day theory that God was coming, right? Black Jesus, all of that. So let's look at what he talked about in here. He said, my family tree consists of drug dealers, thugs, and killers. Who family tree don't consist of that? So he's talking about the black community struggling, known to hustle, screaming, fuck they feelings. Like, fuck what somebody talking about. Nigga, I'm getting my money on. I gotta eat. Drug dealers, thugs, killers, killing people, thugging on them, selling drugs, struggling, right? I got advice from my father. All he told me was this: nigga, get off your ass if you plan to be rich. You gotta work. You gotta get your hustle on. Grinding, right? There's 10 rules to this game, but I'll share with you 2. So he giving you 2 rules. What's the greatest 2 commandments? See, Pac try to emulate and quote unquote to ever walk the earth. The one that he's depicted as in the rap or hip hop culture. Jesus Christ, right? A black man, right? So he said, no, niggas gonna hate you for whatever you do, but you got to get off your ass if you plan to be rich. But whatever job you choose, whatever game you choose, he talking to the young black male. Whatever it is you choose to do, because you got to get off your ass if you plan to be rich. No niggas gonna hate you for whatever you do. You can be corporate, they gonna say you a sellout. You can be thugging, they gonna say you killing the community. Whatever you do, it's gonna be criticized. But at the end of the day, you gotta do it in a pure in the purest of thoughts and intentions, motivations and stuff, right? Now, rule one, get your cash on MOB. Well, we know members of the blood, but money over bitches. Because it breeds envy. Envy, jealousy, hate, and all of that. But that's because you're getting your cash on in whatever you do, right? But people can respect whatever you do. They still might have a problem with it, but they can respect it, right? If you do it right. You know the old saying, it ain't what you do, it's how you do. Well, in this wicked ass world that we live in, it's so true. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And based up on the way you do it, certain people gonna idolize and respect your methodology, right? So now rule two is a hard one. Watch for phonies. It's a hard one. You don't never know who's phony and who's real. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go out here in the world, you're gonna be hustling and you up off your ass and you plan to get rich. Mindset, get your cash on, right? Money over bitches. But at the end of the day, you gotta watch for phonies. Niggas that come around and their main intent is to take from you and never give back. You know what I'm saying? Take from you and don't want to build with you. You know what I'm saying? Just want to glean from what you're doing. Or use you. Or whatever. That phoniness, right? Keep your enemies close. And that's the phonies that surround you too. That you watching for. Right? Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies close. 9 out of 10, they one and the same. Man trying to drop jewels on us, right? Niggas, watch your homies. Keep your enemy close, nigga. Watch your homies. Watch for phonies. Watch for phonies. Watch your homies. It's the niggas that can get close to you and they not real that'll eventually bring you down because you ain't gonna let nobody else in your circle. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna let nobody that you feel is a threat or a danger into your circle. So you gotta watch these phony ass niggas that's around you that you calling friends, homie, partners. You know what I'm saying? That you talking to and you telling shit to. In confidence. The man was laying it down heavy, right? It seemed a little unimportant. Nigga laugh at it. It's a little unimportant, right? When he told me this, when he told me, I smiled, picture jewels being handed to an innocent child, right? And what did Christ say? Jesus say, take one as a child, but if you do wrong, Bow, you might as well take a big ass boulder, wrap it around your neck and jump in the seat and kill yourself because you're gonna die to death. But an innocent child, I never knew in my lifetime I lived by these rules initiated as an outlaw studying rules. It's about rules, people, principles. Y'all heard, if you listening yesterday, I was playing stare through my rear view. And he was talking about once you learn the rules of the game and this and that, then you know, you basically shit, it's Monopoly now. Shit, you gotta get around the board as many times as you can. You gotta make the type of moves that's gonna be shit idolized forever, looked at and studied. How did Pac, you know, on some WWJD, right? On some WWTD, right? What would Tupac do, right? How would he thug on these niggas? What would be his viewpoint on it, right? Y'all know WWJD is what would Jesus do, right? So taking you to the whole concept of what the man was dealing with. Let's just look at these words here some more. Because he's talking about blasphemy, right? So he said, initiated by outlaws studying rules. Now Papa ain't around. So I gotta recall or come to grips with what's being written on my enemy's wall. You know, he said niggas writing shit on the wall, scraping names and death, and but it's a greater emphasis to what's written on the wall. See, in the Bible, it said the angel came through basically and wrote Belshazzar, basically prophesied. He wrote a word or a statement on the wall, and Belshazzar could see it, and he was like, "Oh, so what's written on the wall is another biblical narrative that he doing there, right?" But he said, "What's written on my enemy's wall?" So what is written on that wall? Is he talking now? What's written on the wall is stated or prophesied towards them, or is it prophesied towards him? Because as I was not reading, but listening to Mash for Our Dreams, and Storm, the female rapper of the Outlaws, was talking about fulfill my prophet final story. Get an eye for me, recognize who died for me. You know what I'm saying? Remember, this song is about blasphemy, right? So he said, over will come to grips with what's being written on my enemy's wall. Promise if I have a seed, I'm going to guide them right. That's physical seed as well as anybody that followed up behind him in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? He always was telling rappers, protect your essence, born with less, but you still precious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you the oppressed, you the this and that, you the downtrodden, but you still precious. Niggas want to be like us, the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? He said, dear Lord, don't let me die tonight. I got words for my comrades, brothers in arms, right? Listen and learn. Ain't nothing free. Get back what you earned. You know what I'm saying? Even if you was a outlaw, mercenary, you know what I'm saying? And you had became his comrades, right? Phonies and homies, who to watch for. Comrades. He said, listen, get back what you earned. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. Getting high. Then the motherfucker bless me, please. This thug life gonna be the death of me. Come on. So he said he's still thugging in that thug life. It's gonna be the death for him. You know what I'm saying? Thugs is convicts in God's prison. As we was listening to the Thug Love yesterday. Thugs is convicts in God's prison. That's what he stated. Yeah, I follow the man, right? So he said, love for the still in my name, love for them still in the name of the Lord. Them a tell enough lies, but hold my bird in a cloud, beholding my bird in a cloud, using the name of the Lord in vain, while the people in the ghetto feel not enough pain, right? So people in the ghetto, he came with the ghetto gospel, right? The ghetto gospel. Say it right. I be leaving syllables, people. But anyway, the people in the ghetto feel no pain. Remember, the people in the ghetto though was crackheads, drug dealers, and what did he say about being a crackhead in here? That's eternal fire. Niggas already in hell. You ain't gotta die and go to no place called hell. So now you're dealing with that philosophy, right? That doctrine, that teaching. And when you die, you don't go to hell. You go to the graveyard. Or you go to the dust by whatever mean it takes for you to disintegrate. So we're probably in hell already. Our dumb ass is not knowing. That's eternal fire, right? Our dumb ass is not knowing. Everybody kissing ass to go to heaven ain't going, and nobody goes to hell. I mean, heaven, right? Nobody goes to heaven. Only he that came down, and none of us came down, so none of us go up. So everybody trying to kiss ass to go there, you done already lost. I don't think he knew doctrine, but you know. So people kissing ass to go to heaven. They kissing the preacher ass. They kissing the pope ass. They kissing all this ass kissing, going to church, dressing up and stuff, being a part of the first day of the week club and shit. You know, just like niggas go to the club, put on their best outfit, go out and hustle and sell drugs all week to go buy a new fit so they can go to the club and outshine the next nigga, you know, have a little flashier gear than the next nigga. You know how we do it. Same thing with the church, right? Fashion show. But it said, everybody kissing ass to go to heaven ain't going, put my soul on it. I'm fighting devil niggas daily. I was using that little verse right there on my Facebook and shit. Like, I'm fighting devil niggas daily. So when I was telling Sadnetta and I be talking to these niggas and I was like, niggas devils too, shit. You act like the white man, the only devil. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? You got devil niggas too. Pac say he was fighting them daily. Plus the media be crucifying brother severely. So they been trying to crucify me. So I feel you, Pac. You know what I'm saying? Black media. Now they trying to crucify Africa Bambaataa. This, that, and the other. Talking about killing a man or whatever. You know, this is what's floating around in the community. This, that, and the other. And yes, he been a pedophile. Still probably is a pedophile. And a lot of people knew about it. Damn what a nigga say. They knew about it. They knew about it. You can't touch over 100 some damn children in the fucking projects, the ghetto, and don't nobody know. That thing is known and well known, right? As the bodyguard said on the Moorish brother, that was his bodyguard, as he said on Sadnetta at the end of the day. I probably incriminated myself. You know what I'm saying? Because he was in the know. And if, you know, but it ain't no criminal shit anyway. It's just public smear campaign tool. Ain't nobody taking them to court. Ain't nobody trying to sue them, you know, unless they really holding court in the street and that they gonna touch Bambaataa, conversation really gonna happen, right? So let's go on though. He said, plus the media be crucifying brother severely. Tell me I ain't God's son, nigga, mama a virgin, right? We got evicted, had to leave the birds. Back in the ghetto doing wild shit. Looking at the sun don't pay. You know what I'm saying? Looking at Jesus or looking at the sun in the sky, whichever one he was referring to, right? Criminal Minded. Okay. Who had a song called Criminal Mind? Criminal Mind all the time, waiting for Judgment Day. You know what I'm saying? Going back to my family tree consists of drug dealers, thugs, and killers. Criminal Mind all the time, waiting for Judgment Day. They say Moses split the Red Sea. So now he like, Moses split the Red Sea. I split the blunt and wrote a fat one up deadly. Or daily, I don't know. Which I ain't listening to the song. But where Babylon beware. So people say we in Babylon, right? But he said Babylon beware, coming for the Pharaoh's kids, right? Coming for the Pharaoh's kids. Who the fuck is Pharaoh? The Nasut? The Kemetic dude? That type of history? He said retaliation. Coming for the Pharaoh kids, retaliation. Making legend off the shit we did. Still bullshitting niggas in Jerusalem waiting for signs. Niggas in Jerusalem, New Jerusalem, New Jersey. What are you talking about? God coming, she just taking her time. Who from New Jersey or New Jerusalem, a female, that he would proclaim to be God? Lauren Hill? Living by the Nile while the water flows. I'm contemplating plots, wondering where the thought will go. Brothers getting shot, coming back, resurrected, talking about himself and others. It's just that raw shit, nigga. Check it. That raw shit. You know what I'm saying? Then it said, the preacher won't be buried. Why? Right? The preacher won't be buried. Why? Because he's coming through with blasphemous conversation. He's coming through with black liberation theology. Because I know he a liar. That's why he want him buried. Have you ever seen a crackhead? That's eternal fire. Why you got these kids' mind thinking that they evil? Why the preacher being freaky, you say honor God's people. Why the preacher being freaky, right? Child molestation. Is that what Pac talking about? Should we cry when the Pope die? My request, we should cry if they cried when we bury Malcolm X, right? Mama, tell me am I wrong? Is God just another cop waiting to beat my ass if I don't go pop? Pop, pop. You know, if he don't shoot the cop. You know what I'm saying? Memories of a past time giving up cash to the leaders. Well, take you back to today's time, like I said, the conscious community leaders with their fake ass illumination, right? They fake ass Illuminati. It might even be real, but any illumination that is not of the God of Israel is that shit ain't about much. So he said, memories of a past time giving up cash to leaders, knowing damn well they ain't gonna feed us. They just feeding themselves. The shepherds feeding themselves, feeding the flock. I did a lesson on that. Not feeding the flock. In my brain, how can I explain times in BC? In my brain, how can I explain times in BC? Let me see. I'm gonna go somewhere else and see if I can pick these lyrics up too. I don't know if that's what it say. I listened to the song this morning, but I can't memorize it like that, people. Oh, that's the same site. All right. One sec. Check the lyrics. See if somebody else typed them up. So what lyrics we talking about? We're talking about 2pac's Shakur song off his Makaveli album, Blasphemy, and we get the line where he said, knowing damn well they ain't gonna feed us. He's talking about the leaders. In my brain, how can I explain time in BC before Christ? Right? Now that would be interesting. Because if you ask yourself that question, right? If Pac talking about and comparing himself to Christ, how could you explain the times before 96 and all of that? You know, what is it, 86? It's like the golden age of hip hop. So we looking at 10-year intervals here. But let me get to the other lyrics on another page so I can check that. This say DC. So times in DC. He said one or the other. But if he say DC, talking about the government, Washington and stuff, right? It's hard enough to live now. So I would say it's probably BC because it says hard enough to live now. in AD. Anno, how you say it? Domini. Anno Denomini. Y'all know me in words. But anyway, you know, in the time of our Lord, if he's saying, you know, can't explain BC and we living in AD and we was living in 96 at the time. So like, how can I explain them times beyond that when we living in this time? It says hard enough to live now in this time of greed. They say Jesus is a kind man. Well, he should understand times in this crime land, my thug nation, one love, right? Do what you gotta do, but know you gotta change. You know what I'm saying? When you're in trouble, this and that, it might be a time to kill, might be a time to rob, steal, do whatever to survive. And that's what you see you're gonna get to survive. Selling drugs, doing this and that. But no, you gotta change. So for the people that stuck in them hellholes doing what they doing, you know, you hear people like JC try to glorify that when he was selling drugs, he was writing rhymes in his head and stuff so he can go to the rap game and leave the drug game alone. I was a successful drug dealer, this, that, and the other. But I took my skills and talent and I put it somewhere else, right? So you see the mindset, right? Do what you got to do, but know you got to change. Try to find a way to make it out the game. There you go. I leave this hope. I leave this and hope God see my heart is pure. Is heaven just another door? I leave this here. I leave this and hope God see my heart is pure. Is heaven just another door? And my people say, blasphemy, right? And so then at that you hear a prayer, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, as we give up our, as we forgive our debtors. This probably, but it say on here, as we give up our debts, as we forget our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us unevil. Deliver us unevil. For God is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. They probably don't even know the prayer. That prayer, whoever wrote that. Let's see what they wrote over here. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Give us this day our daily bread, as we give up our debts, as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Okay, they wrote it better. So that's what happened, people, when you got people writing lyrics and stuff. I'm not finna write no damn lyrics. So, people, look what this man crafted for us. Look what he crafted for this time. Because when you craft stuff, you're trying to reach the people at that point. Like he said, how can I explain BC? Before Christ, before the common era, before. I can't explain that. But then, like he said, we got crackheads. Now you want to talk about hell? I see niggas walking around cracked out. Drugs in the community and shit. You know, crack babies. It's never been a time like this. Well, most definitely at that time, you see a little less of it now, maybe. Or you can't I don't recognize it. But back then, I guess people are getting off crack a little bit more. They smoking more weed and stuff. But back in the day, and you could see a crack baby like, you know, that's why you see some of the young men and women that you see now. It's the same thing. You got youngsters walking around with AIDS. You don't even know it. You got children that's born with chemical dependencies and crazy stuff that they didn't have to deal with ever since they entered the world from the womb. Explain these times to future generations that didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Explain it to somebody that was back there and hadn't seen this. So you know what I'm saying? When we crying about slavery and being hung for trees, nigga, we getting shot down in the street. You know what I'm saying? They doing the same thing. And it's not just white people. Once again, it's wicked people. It's wicked people. But it is a white man's world. I agree with that. I never disagree with that. So you see what this man crafted? People, if you look at it from a biblical perspective, like I myself, right? The sword divides. That's what the Jesus of the Bible was talking about and dealing with, right? That the sword is going to bring division in a household, in a community, in a society, right? And most people don't realize that, as he said, come out of her, my people. As he said that, talking about the Exodus, right? Come out of her, my people. If you look at that, that's what the sword does. It sanctifies you, sets you apart, allow you to easily transcend this world and the worldly mentality and the things in it. I don't care if they gave you a walk up to the mountain and showed you all the world, you know, referencing back to the biblical scripture with the, you know, the Christ of the Bible, show you all of the world. You said, nah, I ain't bowing down. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do it. That's what Pac was trying to tell you when he said he became an outlaw. He kicked against the system, as the one Israelite brother used to run around with the he broke the oath. Well, shit, what you think Moses did when he killed the Egyptian and stuff, and he was right there in Pharaoh house? You know what I'm saying? You think at the end of the day he wasn't a part of a mystery system, took an oath or whatever? That nigga killed him, an Egyptian, and got ghosts. And he no longer was a part of that system, and he brought about the Exodus. You see what I'm saying? So why do you think niggas do a Jehovah? You know what I'm saying? Why you think he called himself Jehovah? He said, tell your God somebody doing a good oppression of him, right? Why you think he be throwing up the rock and this and that? Why you think they give you other MCs and other people when it comes to rap music and stuff, and you never see, you know, people really glorifying the Tupac, the Makaveli? People, this is Killuminati Lifestyle Week. You know, where we motivating, hopefully, people to look at the life and the legacy of Tupac Shakur and emulate this Killuminati lifestyle. You know, a lot of people don't pay attention, even in the so-called conscious community, once again, that Tupac was running around with the Steve Coakleys and the Khalil Muhammad at the time. Maybe not as much as we know of, or this and that, I don't know. But it's for sure, after his death, those two brothers did a lecture or whatever in a hall, and they was talking about the Tupac assassination, and then Khalil Muhammad was even talking about his assassination attempt that they took on him in California, the city that he was performing or giving a lecture in at that time. I can't think of it now, but it's one of them big decent name towns, college towns or whatever. I think of it. Like I said, I just be waking up trying to plant these seeds, and I feel not to do a PowerPoint of lay it all out for y'all. Some of this stuff, like I said, it's just planting a seed. People take my ideas and run with them. So hopefully they'll come and try to do one better than me with this one. But we're gonna be here all week, people. So 2Pac, a baby panther with a new Black Panther. Y'all know that was hell for people. The government looked at that. This nigga be riding on the Jews. This nigga riding on his own people. Woo 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 woo. Man, they was trying to turn the storm, redirect the storm. Pac started talking about political parties more, this and that. Khalil was dealing with the Million Youth March, this, that, and the other. Think about it. He was dealing with the youth. Pac had the ears of the youth. He was talking about, going through every hood and every ghetto, bringing different rap stars, doing this and doing that, having a new party, so on and so forth. Man, this guy was talking that Exodus 18:31. You know what I'm saying? Coming up with the thug code. Remember, we're going to deal with the thug code and stuff. Coming up with the thug code. Just, man, he was planting the seeds in the youth, cultivating their mind. And I believe it's a lot more of them out there than we know of. This whole conscious community, even with the Professor Griff that's in beef with Zaza and this and that, and just, we ain't gonna get into that, but I just want to reference it. Even Professor Griff, he took that whole blasphemy, Killuminati, and he was getting at the elite and talking about the Jews and all of that from his Public Enemy, incident and stuff that he was having and everything. So people, like I said, whether you know it or not, a lot of shit took place in 20 years that no one has really dealt with, looked at, or whatever. I mean, COINTELPRO, how that thing worked from the days of Finney Shakur and Fred Hampton Jr. and Bobby Hood and, all these dudes and, Geronimo Pratt, people. I don't know what to say. Like I said, I can explain from a biblical perspective the BC era, the before Christ era. I can explain what's going on now with that book. Right? Y'all might not believe it. Y'all might not want to hear it. But like I said, y'all ignorant to the fact that your favorite rapper or one of the best rappers of all time was dealing with Black liberation theology, and he was dealing with a Christ. He was dealing with a Black Jesus. Right? We didn't touched on and talked about the Black Jesus portion of it. Let's see. I need to unlock that. I was seeing if I can put. Oh, it was on my Black Intelligentsia account though. I got that privatized. I need to make that public. Well, I shut down all my videos at one time, and some of them still private. It's good that I go through here sometime and unlock them. I forget that they locked up. But people, that's it, man. When we gonna get to talking about that and dealing with that? I mean, this the 20th year since the man death. Y'all ain't gonna deal with no 20th anniversary. The movie about be out pretty soon. You know, the death of his mother just occurred. Who getting his catalog now? Where's 2pac catalog at? Suge Knight locked up. He don't own death row no more. If somebody was gonna drop a 20th year anniversary of All Eyes on Me and Makaveli, who would be dropping it now? Who owned that catalog from that perspective? And what happened after Afeni passed? Where's that catalog at, or that unreleased material? People talking about Prince and what he had in the vault. See, it's a lot of shit going on now. Prince, 2pac, and Africa Bambaataa deals with Warner's, Time Warner's or Warner's music group. Y'all know that? Death come in threes, blah, blah, blah. Nah, let me stop making three like that. They be talking about I'm throwing up the devil's side. So let me do three like this, right? Can't do it like that with the it be thinking I'm Pyru and shit. So we go do it like this. Right? See, you gotta be conscious. You say you're part of the conscious community. You gotta be conscious of your hands and shit. Niggas be watching your hands and doing shit. So you gotta be conscious. Nah, I ain't that. Let me stop doing shit like that or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Only sign I throw up is that I'm still with that W for war. Not the West Side, but for war. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe we should always be at war. It's always a spiritual war going on. And niggas out here blaspheming, or should be out here blaspheming. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, people. Y'all know me, I ain't the deep brother. I'm the simple country boy. Fundamentally seeking understanding of what's going on in the world with my community. Peace, everybody. What's up? So that's what it is, people. We got to go back to this era, man. Then we'll have a great ass conscious community where people out here riding on niggas, shutting their mouths up. You know what I'm saying? With all this false illumination and stuff. Shit, I'm coming for the Pharaoh's kids. All these baby Egyptology ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? All these comedic reconstructionists. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brother Reggie. I'm still on that Exodus move. I'm gonna be talking about it from the 1831 perspective Friday on Do the Knowledge Radio. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Since I'm on my Killuminati week, I'm gonna take the whole Killuminati week over to Do the Knowledge Radio. We're gonna talk about Exodus 1831, Nat Turner, the uprising, the revolutionary minded perspective. People, it's just real shit. But don't worry, when it come to that, I'm gonna actually, I'm gonna actually do a little PowerPoint and stuff. I'm trying to create a flyer now. I'm trying to create a flyer. Even if I have it up by Friday, by the time I do it, the people, they'll either come or not come. They either support or not support. But it is what it is, people, So that's my this morning for the day. I might be back in a little bit, do another video or do something. But for the most part, that's what I'm talking about. That's what my mind at. And if I got anything else going on with that, y'all won't know about it until niggas run around and you start seeing that Killuminati lifestyle. You start seeing that riding on niggas, putting it down, Number one, I'm in the South, so where you think it's gonna be birthed at? You know, where you think it's gonna be birthed at? More than that, I'm in the Mid-South, Midwest. That's my area. It's my stomping grounds. Where you think it's gonna be birthed at? I ain't birthing it on the West Coast. I ain't birthing it on the East Coast. It's middle America. You know what I'm saying? From the man in the middle. Let me show you. Y'all gonna make me go pull out some of my old notes when I was on my Killuminati stuff. Y'all don't think I got a whole layout on, you know, I told y'all it was murder. It was murder doctrine before it was Israel doctrine. I was on my Murder Inc. mentality. You know what I'm saying? With all my murderers, y'all know that was a little bit right after Pac, right? Murder Inc. This and that. I watched the classic movie on it, all of that. You know, yeah, it was murder. Blasphemy, right? It was murder. So y'all don't think that I was following Pac and I had my notes and this, that, and the other. I told you I was a disciple of Pac before I was a disciple of the Bible, of the Word of God. That discipling led me to the Word of God. So now, what you want to talk about? What you want to deal with? What type of mentality you think I really have? What type of moves you think I want? Okay, we'll use this, man. Let me show y'all right quick. The man in the middle, not the man in the mirror, right? These are the states that I always kept my eyes on. And it basically flows down to Mississippi. Damn, computer beat. I gotta clean. I got so much work on this computer. Y'all see this though? The boot going on up, the hat with the Patriot hat on. The man in the middle, right? Y'all know what that is, right? This is where I'm at. This right above me. This is my state right here that I was born in. You know what that is? Do you know what that is? The man in the middle. West Coast, East Coast. They claim this is a boot. They claim this is a hat. They claim this is a body. So in my state, as I tell people, which is touched by more states than any, check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 states surrounding Arkansas. From here, it's nothing to spread out. It's nothing to spread out. Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Missouri. Pop, 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 pop. I'm like right here, across the bridge in Tennessee, sewing up Memphis and stuff. Boom, drop right down to Jackson and all of that. Casinos here. You want to really get busy, drop on down Louisiana. Boom, boom, boom. You go over, start beating beating Texas. Come on up, then come back across, be back at home. Come on, people. 6 states, just like that from where I'm at. Ain't no other state in America touches 6 states like that. You know, so yes, 125th, New York City. A lot of people travel, do this and do that. A lot of you know, people coming to see the Apollo, this and that. Harlem, New York, 125 it's legendary. White folks own it now though, but it's legendary. People coming through. You get a lot of stuff, but you can't touch 6 states. You know what I'm saying? Cities and towns in those states and change the whole mentality of the nucleus of the South. Think about it. If the plan goes right, so I'm talking about the man in the middle. And then, like I said, going up and down, not to just deal with what's around that area, but to go up and down that, man, that, please, y'all, you don't even know. You have no idea. And that one right above Missouri is Iowa. Isn't Iowa like the most political state for even presidential elections and stuff? You know how many mixed people in Iowa? Because brothers that went there in Iowa, nothing but white folks at one time, then went there and had children there. You know, the sisters ain't going there and just getting pregnant. Nah, that ain't the phenomenon. The phenomenon is athletes and different stuff going to colleges, this, that, and the other, meeting one of those young Iowa girls and leaving babies. You know what I'm saying? So wherever you want to find our people, quote unquote mix, but we know it's really no definition of mix amongst us. It's either you're black or you're not, right? And a lot of people determine in a lot of ways, but you know, white society look at all of us if we got a touch of black in us in the sense of the word. An inkling of it in us, they black. So it's simple as that, people. As my man Pac would say, it's time to raise our black nation. Reparations is due. Yeah, I played that video for some people. What Khalil Muhammad said Ice Cube melted on him, but look what Ice Cube at today. So all you got to do is watch people progression, right? That's all you got to do. And if you went back to how you know Jesus was the name of a slave ship, huh? Who told you that? You trust the white man documentation? That would be tripping me out when people be quoting stuff and then they say you can't trust the Bible, the white man gave it to us, but then you can't trust their documentation. You know what I'm saying? What's up with all this documentation that people will be quoting and stuff? But yeah, that's it, people. I just wanted to look, man, you asked to get in touch with me, then you broke. I gave you the number. Why you ain't call it? PMHC Production. Hit me up. You can call me up now, man. I don't think them watchdog haters out there and to call my phone up and be messing with me. So hit me up. Call me now, cause if not, I'm finna call me now, man. But yeah, people, that's just my conversation, man. You know, people, let's get back to this Killuminati lifestyle. If you was a fan of Tupac, you know what the fuck I'm talking about, then it need not be explained. It's time to kill this bullshit. You know, all this fake ass illumination, these pseudo ass niggas. You know, all this COINTEL pro agent shit going on and shit, agent provocateur, this, that, and the other. Sellout ass niggas gotta give it up, people. They gotta give it up. Gotta give it up. Gotta give it up. What's up, Peace? How you doing?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
Okay, this brother Kajaki, we just talked a few times before. This is my production company. I'm on my on that YouTube channel right now.
Oh, okay.
That was me and you talking ago. We was talking about shit in that cabinet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just tuned into the show, man. I really catch what you was talking about. I'm just really tuning in.
This Tupac it's a show about Tupac's song Blasphemy from his Makaveli album. You know, this the Killuminati lifestyle week. You know, how can we get back into the mentality of killing this false illumination? Very simple. Black liberation theology against white oppressive theology is what this album was based on. A lot of people is ignorant as hell and don't know that that's what the man was doing. But you know, if you decode the album and really listen and pay attention to what he was saying, he was bringing black liberation theology to the forefront, heavily in this album, very heavy. So
right, I even watched some videos that came out about 2 years ago where he was trying to bridge the gap between the different gangs and stuff, and stopping all the black on black violence and stuff that came out, you know, later after he died. That was one of his missions.
Yeah, Tupac was an activist. He was the son of activists, and he was an activist all the time. He was an activist. But if you look at the, you know, America's war against Tupac, which always been a war against him because he was a baby Panther, you will see that, you know, this man has never been in a position to be comfortable. You know, as it was stated when he was attacked in Marine City at that concert or whatever, and the gunshots went off and stuff, that was an attempt on his life. You know, they had that shooting in Atlanta, that was an attempt on his life. You know, so as I was saying yesterday when I was doing this, that he actually put the life of a young black male, even one that was born from that revolutionary era that was going on in the 60s and stuff. Hey, he put it on display. It was reality TV, whether people knew it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did that. He was trying to wake the people up. They just weren't listening to him, too busy, I guess, riding around bumping music, not paying attention to what was being said in the music.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, it's just trying to, you know, wake that legacy up, wake that mentality up, that spirit up. It's been 20 years. A lot of people won't even acknowledge the fact. And with the death of his mother this year, earlier, you know, this month, you know, if you look back at that family, that Shakur name, that legacy, I mean, you'll see it's real, quote unquote, real nigga shit going on. It ain't no bullshit. Them cats they was fighting the government. They was at war. They would be called domestic terrorists now. You know what I'm saying? That's why they still chasing Assata, you know, trying to get to Cuba and deport her and bring her back and proclaim her as a terrorist, you know, police shootings. You know what I'm saying? That's why Matula locked up, because they supposed to went and freed her, went and actually got her up out of, her bondage from the system and freed her. You know what I'm saying? Those are heroic acts. You know what I'm saying? From our people. So as I said, that Exodus 18:31 that was on his back, reference to 1831, that Turner slave revolt, this and that. The man was doing a lot of coded stuff. He had went to that Baltimore School of Liberal Arts and stuff. He knew drama. He knew how to write. He knew how to do what it is he had to do to get his message out, but it's so coded that a lot of people missed it. Yeah,
but I still be listening to songs and be hearing different messages in his song when you listen to them.
Yeah.
It's all throughout his songs.
Cause like a lot of us, we just heard a couple years back that Jimmy Henchman was the one that set 2Pac up to get shot at the Quad City Studios. And if you listen to the last song, Against All Odds, you can hear him say Jimmy Henchman in the lyrics. Then he talk about Haitian Jack, a real live tale about a snitch named Haitian Jack. Knew he was working for the Fed, same crime, different trial. Nigga, picture what he said. Or did I mention? Time to something he said. Payback, Jimmy Henchman. I know you niggas listening. Set me up, wet me up. Hurt the gun buzz, but you niggas never shut me up. Some shit he said. I can't think. My mind be all over the place, especially with Pac. But, he was talking to him in the music. So, as I also showed yesterday, was talking to Dolores Tucker, Bill Clinton, Bob Dole, Dan Quayle. This nigga was talking to political people. Like, listen to me. I'm talking to the politicians. So like if you hear people talking to Donald Trump now, trying to talk to him in the music, that's a thing that Pac started in the industry. Like my letter to the president, the man was always dealing with, government issues, domestic issues, and things in our community. And that's just it. Holla if you hear me. Police brutality. He was telling brothers, he caught that, they brought him into court because that brother caught that case. He said he was listening to Tupac when he shot them state troopers and stuff. So you can see they were saying his music put a certain type of spirit over our people to rebel and kick against the system. Words of wisdom. They killing us one by one.
Yeah,
one way or another. America.
Yeah, they always coming on this shit. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just quoting some lyrics. Go ahead.
Yeah, they all when you got, because he was fighting on a political level. People just don't want to use his music as a way to do that, and that's then the people that they attack all the time and try to shut them up because if the people actually hear the message, then it will be a revolt against the system. You'll start to see what's really going on with this system.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to add that.
Yeah. So, people, I'm going to say peace. I'm going to holler at the brother. He wanted to holler at me. So, every conversation is not for y'all listening ears. So, with that said, I'm going to say peace. Enjoy the rest of your day.